What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Inside the Vinyl. I'm your host, Tim Bianconi. If you would go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below, that would be appreciated. If you could also hit that notification bell so you could be notified anytime I put out new content, that would be appreciated also. So something came out on vinyl today that I wanted for a very long time, and that would be the reissue of Nofx's 1997 album, So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes. So if I'm not mistaken, I think this might be my first foray into doing anything punk rock related. But let's just cut to the chase. I'm trying to make these videos a little bit shorter. So this album was released on November the 11th, 1997. This particular reissue was just released today, January 13th of 2023. This is Nofx's seventh album overall. It was released on the Epitaph label and produced by Ryan Green as well as Fat Mike, the lead singer and bass player from Nofx. It reached as high as number 79 on the Billboard charts, and there are no gold or platinum certifications for this album, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Like I said, this reissue was just released today. Now, I know there's original issues of this, from 97 and whenever else, because I see them on eBay. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked to finally have this, because this is by far my favorite Nofx album. I love this Neapolitan ice cream cover here. So anyway, here's the front cover. Before we take the cellophane off, and there's the back cover with the track listing. No real hype sticker or anything on this. It just says limited anniversary edition colored vinyl. And what's funny about this is that, it was released in 1997. The 25th anniversary comes out in 2023. So much like Guns N' Roses, they seem to be about a year late on all their anniversaries. And people, we can't keep blaming COVID for that shit, because COVID's been over for like a year or two now. So anyway, all right, so let's get the cellophane off this. All right. So again, here we have front cover with no cellophane, back cover with no cellophane. All right. So let's go ahead and slide this inner sleeve out. All right. So if we look at one side, we still have that same Neapolitan theme with a picture of the band, Fat Mike, Melvin, Smelly, and El Jefe, and then somebody named Yuka on the bottom. Now, I don't claim to know everything there is to know about Nofx, so I'm not really sure what the significance of she is. Maybe she's somebody that played on the record. I have no idea. Somebody correct me in the comments if you know. So on the back cover, it looks like a lyric sheet with the lyrics just kind of written randomly throughout the back here. So that's really cool. So what did the cellophane say this was? This said this was colored vinyl. I'm not sure what color, so let's all be surprised together. If I can get it out of here. Oh boy. Wow, this is really not easy to get out of here, and I really don't like putting my fingers all over this vinyl like this. All right. Oh wow, this is kind of what I hoped it would be. I was thinking, I wonder how hard it would be to, get this, like tearing the inside cover here, man. This is terrible. Oh my gosh. Okay, that sucked. Okay, but anyway. That's really cool, keeping that Neapolitan, style from the front cover as best they can. So there's side A with just the inner sleeve, just basic Nofx inner sleeve. There's side B. Nothing too special about the inner sticker, but I do like the coloring on the record. I'm a little upset that I just ripped the inner jacket a little bit here, because goes back in a lot easier than it came out. All right, so let's get this reassembled. Let's talk about this album for a minute. So again, there you have it, Nofx, So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes. So, like I said, this is my favorite Nofx album. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first Nofx album I ever had, because I got into them a little bit late in the game. Maybe I was in my early 20s, I think, at the time. Excuse me. This album has, at least in my opinion, more ska elements than any of their other albums. Lots of horns on this record. That's not a bad thing. That's pretty cool. And if I'm not mistaken, this was the last full album they released on the Epitaph label before everything else started coming out on Fat Records. And let's just talk about some of the songs on them. I mean, this is a great album because there's like 16 songs on here, but the album still only comes in at like maybe 30-something minutes. And it starts with It's My Job to Keep Punk Rock Elite, then skips right into Kids at the K-Hole. Now, I'll be honest, the first 100 times I heard that song, I didn't know what a K-hole was until about a year later. That's another story for another video. Murder the Government, probably the the hardest hitting political statement you can make in 46 seconds. Monosyllabic Girl, one of my favorite songs on this record, and I've used monosyllabic to refer to my son several times, so that's always fun. 180 Degrees, another awesome song, all out of angst. I would say probably the song I hear the most on Faction Punk and whatever from this record. I'm Telling Tim, which I like, 'cause my name is Tim. Let's see, Kill Rock Stars is really cool. And then there's even a cool little instrumental song that I actually have playing in the background called Flossing a Dead Horse. That's a really cool little ska number. That's pretty cool. So I don't really know what else to say about this. Like I said, this is just my favorite NoFX album. I mean, I like a lot of their other stuff. But I just, in my opinion, this was like the pinnacle of NoFX for me. I think they, don't even know what I'm talking about now. Let's edit this part out. So they recently announced that this coming year, the tour they're going to do this year will be their final tour. And I think it's like 40 cities, 40 songs, whatever it is. I'm not really sure, but it's supposed to be their final tour. We'll see if NoFX is just like every other band out there that announces a final tour, and then 20 years later they're still on that final tour. I guess it would be kind of ironic if they actually did a final tour and then called it quits, because no other band seems to do that. But we'll see what happens. I hope they don't quit, because I still think they're great. I saw them in concert maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it was awesome. They're not that old yet, yeah. So anyway, NoFX, so long and thanks for all the shoes. My favorite NoFX album is finally available on vinyl. I picked this up at a local record store, but I think you can get it from the Fat Record site as well as Amazon and everywhere else. And if you don't want to buy the record, you can download the MP3s off iTunes or Apple Music, whatever the fuck it's called now. And I'm sure it streams on all your streaming services. So check it out. Great album. If you're into punk rock, this is a great, this is in my opinion one of the greatest punk rock albums ever released, at least in the modern era. So that's all I've got. Again, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new content. I've got the rest of my Inside the Vinyl series that not only includes other unboxings, but also lost classics as well as live albums. And with unboxings, sometimes it's new albums, sometimes it's reissue, sometimes it's box set. It just depends on what's coming out. I've also got some live footage from some different festivals. Welcome to Rockville, Exit 111, as well as a few other random concerts out there. And I've even got some disc golf footage if you're into really crappy, mediocre disc golf. So like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace out. There you go, boy.